what's up guys? Angel Perfect TV Killer back with another action figure review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four's DragonMan. Now, I was really excited for this figure when they first announced it and released. I couldn't wait to get this in my hands and finally review it, and I'm excited that finally we are here. And yeah, man, I mean, just look at the packaging itself. You see DragonMan just looking amazing. The packaging itself looks great. I mean, top here you see all the Fantastic Four right there looking great. The packaging look nice. On the side you see again Marvel Legends Fantastic Four's DragonMan, and then on the back you see, same thing. You see the Fantastic Four right there, and you see pictures of the figure itself with the different wings and the different accessories it comes with, which is nice. And on the other side, same thing as the other. But yeah, that was the packaging. Let's get DragonMan out of it. And here we have the DragonMan outside of his package, looking absolutely amazing. I think Hasbro has really nailed it out of the park with this one. And I am really loving it, man. To the paint, the sculpt, everything about this figure is just badass and really awesome. And I just have, so far, holding this guy, messing around with him and all that, I just have no complaints with this guy, man. Going to his head sculpt, like, let's start there, man. Just look how menacing and nicely painted and sculpted this head sculpt looks. Just look at the eyes on this guy too, just well painted and sculpted. I really love that. And I just love the black lines going around the face right there. Really makes the face pop a lot more. Makes it a lot makes it a lot better. I really love that. Not a lot, like, we don't get to see a lot of good shading from Hasbro lately, and just seeing it all around this figure is just really nice. Really love the sculpt on this head sculpt right here. The ears look really nice, and just the head in general. We know that DragonMan has a really big ass head, and they done a good job with that. We see some of the veins sculpted on the head, so that's a nice touch right there. And just going throughout the body, man, the amount of sculpt that goes around this DragonMan is insane. Just everywhere on this figure is just sculpted. The whole skin on this guy is just textured. You can see up there up close, this figure just have that nice texture going around the figure. Makes it feel rough, and it just has that nice feeling to it. And just, going on the arms, obviously he is a dragon, so he's gonna have that nice awesome dragon skin going around. I really love how his skin is sculpted on this figure, and the nice if you can see, not only does his chest and arms, but throughout the whole figure he has this nice dark purple shading that he comes with, and I really do love that. It makes the figure pop a lot more. Like I said before, Hasbro doesn't do this a lot with their figures, with this nice paint and shading all over the place. So it's just, with this guy, it's just really fucking awesome. We go to the shorts. Obviously not much to talk about. These brownish shorts right here, nicely sculpted. We go down to the legs. Obviously we got that nice purple, darker purple shading going down the leg right there. We go down to his dragon toes right there, nicely sculpted. And obviously, I mean, his arms too, really nice. We see some of that spikes going out of his forearm right there. And then we go to his wings. His wings look so nice. The texture going around these wings are really awesome. So Hasbro did a nice job with the wings as well. Here we go to the back. We the tail right there, really nice looking. Even the tail has that nice darker purple shading going around, and so does the back of the figure. A lot of Hasbro figure tend to leave a lot of the paint out of the back, so that's no good. But in this figure, we mostly see a lot of that darker purple shading go on the back right here. Not much on the wings, unfortunately, but he does have some of that nice shading going on these right here in the start of his wings. But you know, right here doesn't have that darker shading, but he does have a bit on the start of the wings right there, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, the sculpt on this guy is amazing, and I just have no complaints at all with this guy. I just love how this guy looks. I remember the old DragonMan figure that Toy Biz made at the time, if I'm not mistaken. I always wanted that DragonMan figure, but Jesus Christ, does he cost a lot of money on eBay. And I used to think about it sometimes, but I decided to pass for a while. And just to finally see Hasbro make this awesome DragonMan figure, it is really nice to feel that I don't have to buy that expensive as DragonMan from Toy Biz. So it's nice to have a nice DragonMan in the collection by Hasbro. And obviously, in my opinion, I mean, this one is just a whole lot better. I mean, it's a lot bigger. The sculpt and paint is amazing. The price is a little high up there, but to be honest, in my opinion, for the size and sculpt that this guy's bringing, it's a bit worth it, to be honest. But enough about the sculpt and paint, man. The articulation on this guy too is really good. Just to start off, let's start off with the wings. Obviously, the wings does have nice articulation as well. It goes, you can close up the wings like that, and you can have it all the way open, and you can put it up like that as well. So you can have a lot of free movement with the wings, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, a lot of free movement right there with the wings. You know, you can bring them up, you can bring them down, you can close them, have them open. So a lot of good choices right there for the wings. But to carry on with the body, let me quickly remove the wings here real quick. All right, there you go. Just quickly wanted to take off the wings so it doesn't get in the way in the other articulation. But before we get close, closer look in the articulation, I mean, just before we get deeper, I don't know if I mentioned, but just a better closer look on the wings here. Just look how nicely detailed it is with the veins and the texture, the battle damage on the wings with the holes right there, and the nice painted orange. Really love that. We get some darker orange with some lighter orange right here. We got some shading in the inner wings, so that's really nice right there. In the back, obviously nicely sculpted as well. But yeah, love the paint on the orange right there, on some lighter orange to dark. But yeah, just wanted to quickly talk about that before we get deeper in the articulation, just in case I didn't go in depth into the wings. But yeah, with that being said, the head here, he does not move up, unfortunately, for, you know, obviously, DragonMan here does have a very big ass head, so it does hinder him from looking up, unfortunately. So he does not look up, but he can look down quite a bit, not that much either. But obviously he can move, you know, right and left, all the way around, the basics. And what's cool though, he does have mouth articulation, so that's really nice. And just to quickly talk about it, the inside of the mouth, it's nicely done. The tongue is nicely sculpted. The teeth looks alright. They look cool. Nothing too crazy, but it is awesome to see that there, nicely sculpted. Nothing too crazy. He does have the articulation on the mouth, and he does have butterfly joints. I think that's very badass. That DragonMan here does have some nice butterfly joints, and it's awesome that we can literally have DragonMan do this no problem. Dragon Man has really, really good butterfly articulation right there, and he doesn't even need a rubber chest to do it. So that's really awesome right there. His arm does go up about that far. He does have that bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and he does have the swivel on the wrist and does bend forward and back. He does have that diaphragm cut that I love so much. I really love it when figures have this diaphragm cut. It's just so much better than... Sorry about that random cut, guys. A lot of noise in the background that I did not want in the video, but sorry about that. But like I was saying, I really love diaphragm cuts on figures so much. It's just so much better than a waist swivel. We don't have to have that weird cut going there on the waist every time we twist the waist to have a nice pose, but then it just looks off because of the sculpt not matching with the cut. You know what I'm saying? So with the waist cut, man, the not the waist cut, but with the diaphragm cut, it's just so much better. You can turn it to the side and it looks natural and it looks really, really nice. It's just so much better than a freaking waist swivel, man. And you have just so much movement and just so much better, so much more smoother, and you just a lot more movement, a lot more poses you can do with them. So really love that Dragon Man has that diaphragm cut right there. His legs does go up about that far. Nothing too crazy. It's a good amount, to be honest, for Dragon Man there. Does go back barely nothing. Does have that thigh swivel. Does have the double jointed knees, which is really good for Dragon Man. And his leg does barely go up, goes down about that far, which is really good, and does have toe articulation. Does go down about that far and goes up about that far. Nothing too crazy, but it is there. But yeah, that was the Dragon Man's articulation. And I'm not gonna to be honest, for a guy this huge, for how big Dragon Man is, he has really, really decent articulation for the size of this figure. So I'm really happy and satisfied with the articulation for Dragon Man here. It's enough to get him into some really badass poses. But with the articulation being done, let's go through his accessories. Now, he doesn't come with a lot of accessories. Why should he? He's Dragon Man. But he does come with a book. If you see here, he does come with the Future Foundation book. If you guys don't know, Dragon Man here, he is a cyborg. Not a lot of people know that about Dragon Man. He's not like really a super popular character. Not everybody knows about Dragon Man. And he is 100% in cyborg. He is an android. He was made to take on the Fantastic Four, to cause mayhem, you name it, to do bad shit. But then, you know, times go on in the comics and stuff like that, and they reprogrammed Dragon Man here to not be a savage monster no more. So they made him smarter and made him a good person, and he just, you know, helps others and stuff like that. And that's when he started, you know, working for the Future Foundation to help out, to be a better person. So that's cool right there, that we get a Future Foundation book. And we also get some glasses here, because obviously when he became smart, he started using glasses to read his books. To be honest, I don't know why a cyborg would need a freaking some glasses. I mean, but it is a nice touch right there. Hold on, let me put that on for you guys right there. Keeps falling off. Come on. Come on. It's definitely not clicking on there. Oh, there it is. And that's how DragonMan looks with his glasses. Kind of goofy, to be honest, seeing a big monster like DragonMan here just wear some glasses like that. But it is a nice touch. I love that we do get these glasses as an accessory. And we do get some fists. That's pretty nice right there. Nice to see that DragonMan comes with some fists right here to kick some ass. And last but not least, he does come with another pair of wings. And these wings, unlike the other ones, they are closed and not open, ready to fly like the other wings. But there's something about these wings that I really dislike, man. I really dislike it. Let's put DragonMan to the side here real quick. Where did I put the other set of wings? Okay, here they are. So I really hate the fact that with the open wings, we have the nicely painted orange and all that going through this these wings. But obviously, I mean, they're closed, but you can clearly see that where the orange is supposed to go will still show. So the fact that Hasbro gave us a second pair of wings without any effort of paint going through them at all is really disappointing, because these wings are nice to put on DragonMan, you know, to have some closed wings, to not have them open all the time. But it's crazy how Hasbro literally skipped out into painting these wings. So to me, that's very lazy. I really dislike that, especially for the price that this figure goes. I think about what, like $60 something, almost 70 with, you know, shipping and taxes, all that shit. So it's kind of a bummer for them to do that, because I mean, it's nicely sculpted, but the paint is outrageous. They couldn't even add the orange to it. So that kind of sucks right there. It is nice to have some closed up wings, but it does suck that they didn't, you know, care to put the orange that's supposed to be there. But let's add the wings real quick so you guys can see how they're supposed to look on him. There you go. That's how he's supposed to look with his closed wings. You know, not gonna lie, I mean, it still looks badass. It still looks cool. It looks menacing. I really love how the wings look closed, but it just sucks that they could have painted it orange. So that's a big bummer right there. But then again, I mean, it is still nice that we do get a pair of second wings that are closed up. So that's pretty cool right there. But with that said, that was everything with DragonMan. Went through the paint, the sculpt, the articulation, the accessories, and this guy is just fucking amazing, man. I am really happy with this purchase. I'm definitely pleased. So I'm really glad to have this DragonMan in my shelves looking badass with the rest of my collectibles. But with that said, let's quickly go through some size comparisons and we'll get done with the review. Give me one moment. Oh man, guys, before we quickly move on with the video, I just want to mention that I forgot one important detail as I was going through the articulation, and I can't believe that I just skipped through it and forgot. I am so pissed off that I even have to go back and mention it. But the tail moves as well. I forgot to mention the articulation on the tail. Obviously, with the tail, you do have some free movement. You can put it all the way up like there, right there, and you can just move it around in circles if you please. And obviously, with the tail, I'm gonna remove it real quick and quickly show that it is on a bendy wire. So that is really awesome. So you can just bend this tail in any direction that you want and have it in any pose. And that's just really sick. But yeah, just wanted to quickly say that before we continue on with the video. Once again, I highly apologize about that. I hate skipping on articulation when I'm going through it. But yeah, with that said, let's continue on with the video. Alrighty, so here I got DragonMan standing as straight as he possibly can. Now, let's compare him to some other figures. And starting off the size comparisons, here he is next to Marvel Legends Spider-Man and the Marvel Legends Maximum Deadpool. And already you can see how DragonMan just towers the regular 6-inch figures. It's just crazy to see how big this DragonMan is. And I really love that. So here he is next to Spider-Man and Deadpool. And for some Marvel Legends heavy hitters, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Juggernaut and the Marvel Legends Maximum Series, the Incredible Hulk. And even by other big size characters, even by other heavy hitters, DragonMan still towers over these guys. And that's crazy because I thought this Juggernaut was going to be at least the same height as this DragonMan. And DragonMan just take these guys with height. So that's awesome to see that DragonMan's even towering the Juggernaut and the Incredible Hulk. So that's pretty cool right there. And here you have DragonMan next to the Marvel Legends Doctor Doom. And Doctor Doom looking super tiny next to DragonMan. So nice to see how Doctor Doom here scales next to DragonMan. And to bring other figures from other toy lines, here's some NECA figures, some Ultimate NECA figures. Here's the Ultimate Predator and Ultimate Grim Sword from Dungeons and Dragons next to the DragonMan here. And I really like how he scales next to some other figures. Even with the 7-inch figures, they're no match for the size of the DragonMan. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really loving how Grim Sword looks next to the DragonMan here. You know, obviously Dungeons and Dragons, this guy fights dragons, so it's kind of cool to see these two next to each other, so that's pretty awesome. So here's DragonMan next to some NECA figures. And last but not least, here is the DragonMan next to the rest of the Fantastic Four. And man, does this look hella badass. DragonMan next to the Fantastic Four. This just looks hella fucking sick. Seeing all these guys together, just amazing. Like, I can't wait to take amazing pictures with all these guys just fighting each other and shit. So really love how DragonMan is scaling next to the rest of the classic Fantastic Four figures, and he just looks great and scales great, man. And I have no complaints at all. But with that said, that was my review of the Marvel Legends DragonMan. And like I said throughout the whole video, man, this is just an amazing, well done figure. The paint, the sculpt, articulation, just amazing on this guy. The accessories, not much, but obviously he doesn't need much. This is DragonMan. But yeah, I mean, the price can be a bit high, but to be honest with you guys, with the sculpt and how much this guy brings in quality, I highly recommend this guy into your collection. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I mean, the articulation, paint, everything on this guy is just well freaking done. And I just have no complaints at all, besides the accessories with the wings, with the, you know, lack of paint with the other wings. But besides that, everything about this guy is just well done. But yeah, that was my review of the Marvel Legends DragonMan, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.